raised bed garden I made. I made it out of 2x6s mainly, and some of the smaller pieces I ripped the 2x6s to make other boards. I got the lumber used on Facebook Marketplace for $100, which is a good deal. You might check that out for a bargain price on wood. This was made from redwood. The garden is basically 8x16 and has a U-shaped bed inside. There's a lot of deer and hail where I live, so this garden is enclosed with wire mesh on the sides, and then it has a cloth mesh on the roof to keep the hail off the garden. I'm going to give you a quick walk around and show you kind of the dimensions and how I made it. If you have any questions on how it's made, just put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them for you. This is the front of the garden. The front has a door and also a little shelf I made to put your garden tools on, do potting and such. I'll show you that first. It's 29 inches across the top, and it's 3 boards wide. See how it fits on the shelf there, and then I put some hooks under there for the some tools, gardening tools. The door is 32 inches wide. I've written on the boards the measurements so you can see it if you want to make it the same size. 43 inches this bar across the top that goes above the door. All the 2x6s, like on either side of the door, on the corner, and on the sides, are all 6 feet long. The door has 2 hinges on it, down here, 1 and 2. Has a cross piece down there for support. I also put this turnbuckle on here. If your door starts to sag, you can tighten that turnbuckle. Basically a turnbuckle with 2 wires on either side, one going up to the top or right-hand corner of the door, the other going down to the lower left-hand corner. I've got a little catch on here to lock it if you want, and a little handle I put on there. This side is 30 inches across. Those boards are 30 inches across. Same for the bottom. The garden is 4 boards high, 4 2x6s high, and again, all these corner pieces are 6 foot. I put a roof on mine because we got a lot of hail. If you don't have hail, you could probably avoid this. It's just a simple peak up there. This horizontal or angled piece going up to the top is 54 inches, and this support is 22 inches. I'm going to move around to the side of the garden now. This garden is 16 feet long, and the redwood boards I bought were actually 16 feet long, most of them, which it's hard to find that, but you could use 2 8-foot pieces. Again, it's 4 boards high. If you look down here, I set rocks underneath the whole foundation. The corners have rocks under the foundation for a foundation. When you build it, you want to get a good level foundation to start out with. And then I tried to keep rocks around it, keep the dirt off the redwood on this side. Again, this 2x6 that holds up the roof is 6 feet. Move around to the end of the garden. This is the end of the garden without the door. If you look inside the garden, you can see the U shape of the beds. If you don't have deer or hail, you could really just make this a lot shorter garden. Just go up 4 boards and just use shorter supports. When I built it, basically started at the bottom, put all the side supports and the corner supports up on the first board, kind of propped them up and just keep building going on up. Again, there's another support up here to keep the hail screen roof supported. I'm going to go back and show you the inside of the garden. Here we're going in through the door. Show you a little detail on these corners. In order to make the screen foot flush, you have to shim the screen out here. You can see there's boards here and here to make this a little thicker so you can tack the screen on there. Again, if you don't have deer, you probably don't need to do that. Did that on all the corners. You can see it again here. It's shimmed out. The inside of the garden, these boards are 13 feet long. The ones that go here, 13 feet long. And the ones on the end are 3 foot 3 inches long. In the bed, there are these cross supports, and I dug this one out so you could see it. There's a 2x6 going all the way down to the bottom on both sides, and then a 2x4 going across, and there's one on the top and there's one part way down. And what these are designed to do is to keep the dirt from bowing out the sides of the garden. And on this garden, which is 16 feet long, there's one, there's another one, 2, 3 on the sides, and there's also one on the end. Again, 3 on the sides and one on the end. This mesh is just a wire mesh. I think it's 1x2 or something, and it's just stapled on here. The hail screen comes in a long roll. See, it's caught a lot of pine needles, and you just tack it on there. I put these little wood strips on there and just tacked them on there to hold that mesh on there. I put it all together with deck screws, and then actually this mesh, I just put it on with little U-shaped nails. One suggestion I have, if you do build it, we had a neighbor that had a tractor, and he dumped the dirt in here for us, and did that before I put the screen on there. So it's sometimes best to put the screen on there after you filled it up with dirt. It's been a good garden for us, kept the deer and the hail out, and if you like redwood gardens, it's a pretty good design. Again, if you have questions, put them in the comments and I'll try to answer them.